Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about this guy named P0land. Now, recently P0land has kind of shown up out of nowhere after this guy named Tenebris, who is actually really good Minecraft YouTuber. I was surprised. He actually had a lot of drama back, I believe, in 2017. There was a really big issue. I'm sure he doesn't want to talk about it that much, and I don't want to talk about it either, so we'll just ignore it. But he basically catches a lot of cheaters. He catches ranked cheaters. That's pretty much it, honestly. He's just really good at catching Skywars cheaters in general, and he's really good at providing his arguments, but there are a few things that I find, a few loopholes in his arguments that I find kind of unrealistic in a way. So, let's go ahead and talk about P0land. So, P0land came up recently, like I said, after Tenebris's friend, Calvin, made a video on him, stating that he used velocity, reach, and misplace, and I'm pretty sure aim assist as well. Now, I'm gonna shut down the first two immediately, as well as the third one. We've got a few issues. First of all, there's no way he's using aim assist. It really isn't hard to aim in Minecraft. In fact, it's one of the easiest things about the game, is tracking the player with your mouse. Players do it all the time in shooters, you know? That's why I'm actually pretty bad at accuracy, is because I went from Minecraft to shooters, where you have to be way more precise with how you aim. And so that's why I'm not very good with accuracy when I'm shooting. But in games like Minecraft, where the character takes up literally half of your screen, maybe a bit less often, yes, for the most part, it's very easy to track, and I have plenty of room to move my mouse up and down or side to side. And I don't have to stretch my screen in order to get better accuracy like some Fortnite players do. It also just doesn't really make sense. Like I said, it's so easy to track, and there's really only one good clip that could support the fact that he uses aim assist, but I personally, like I said, I don't believe that he does. It just doesn't really make sense. It's also one of the more pointless hacks, as it's really easy to aim with. Then there's also the fact that he's using anti-KB. I personally don't really believe this one either. His KB does look a little bit fishy. When watching his videos, he doesn't seem to take a lot of velocity, but I still don't think that it's enough, and there really is just no super supporting evidence out there that could back this idea up. Then we've got reach. I don't personally believe that he's using reach. I mean, he has many times where he dies to players. It's not like he can just get super long hits like Childish or Chosen. Those two are very controversial in the community, mainly just Chosen. But Chosen is a very controversial player when it comes to hitting. I'm pretty sure I'm getting that right. It might be somebody else, but I believe it's Chosen. He consistently gets accused of cheating. Same with Wolvax. I don't really see him using reach at all. But then comes this part, which is misplace. Misplace is one of the hardest to detect hacks, and the reason I say this is because there's so many variables you have to factor in when making this decision. So I think it's very, very hard to decide. Here's a few of the variables you have to factor in. You have to factor in the player's ping, the other player's ping, the clients that both of them are using, the server that they're on. Those are the main ones, but there's still other factors. Basically what I'm trying to say is when you accuse somebody of misplace, it's pretty difficult, because when I look at misplace, I kind of say to myself, yeah, that could be misplace, but it's most likely just a glitch in the server, or it's mostly just a client-based thing, or it's mostly just like a ping-based thing. There's so many things that you can say about it when looking at it, and if you can prove one wrong, you most likely can't prove all three of these issues wrong, which is, once again, client, ping, and server. And if you can prove all those, if you can prove that there's no issue with any of those three, then yes, the player's cheating. But otherwise, it could be any of those variables that are messing with the actual issue. So Calvin, Tenebris, and P0land have been making videos on this. And to be honest, I'm leaning more towards the side that P0land isn't cheating. And the reason that I say this is because I believe, personally, P0land is too good to be using these hacks. Now, obviously, the misplace, we don't really know. But overall, I think that misplace is out of the picture. I don't think that misplace is really that big of a deal. And does it cause an unfair advantage? Absolutely. And that's against Hypixel's rules. But at the same time, if he does get banned for misplace, it doesn't really make sense, because if you can see in a few of his clips, just because he uses misplace doesn't mean he wins the fight. So basically, all I'm saying is that this is kind of an exaggerated. This isn't really one that needs. People shouldn't really be looking at this and taking this super seriously or anything, because this isn't too big of a deal. Obviously, he's pretty high up on the leaderboards, and it's really hard to get the divisions he's in, so people want to make sure he's not cheating. And like I said, it's still an issue. For the most part, I don't believe he's cheating. I don't think that it should be looked at. And once again, I should have said this at the beginning, but P0land submits plenty of clips to Tenebris's Ranked Skywars Cheaters episodes. He works really hard to find those cheaters and put them up. But the reason I do this, the reason that I kind of look at this weird, there's a few ways you can look at this. First of all, you could say, well, maybe he knew that he was going to be discovered eventually, so he starts uploading clips to Tenebris's videos to try and get the soft emotional side out, right? Because as soon as we look at P0land and we say, wow, you're a likable guy, wow, you're a cool dude, you know, all that kind of stuff, as soon as we start saying good things about him, that's when it hits us that, oh, maybe he's hacking. But then we kind of dismiss the idea because we're like, nah, he's a good guy, he's a nice guy, he submits videos, he submits clips to Tenebris all the time. But in reality, he could have just been preparing for that the whole time. Tenebris is kind of undecided, but he's leaning more towards the side that he's hacking. Calvin's pretty much for sure he's hacking. But I do not believe that he is hacking. I don't think that should be looked at. I don't think it really matters too much. So I think we should kind of lay off the guy. I don't think he really deserves all this. And honestly, I don't know how he's staying so, you know, chill through it all. But if he is hacking, I think I'm going to be pretty mad when I figure out if he is hacking. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys later. Peace out.